Hi guys, time check 2:48 in the morning in Jeddah. Alright, I haven't got to sleep yet. And actually, for the past few days, since the lockdown started here in Jeddah, my body clock has changed. So normally, I'm still up and awake by this time, and I usually get to sleep around 5 a.m. So might as well use the time my my another 3 hours, you know, uh, delivering lessons online or virtually on ESL learning. Okay, so here we are again in our ESL learning. Okay, with our small board, big lessons. All right. So as I have promised last time, I wanted to discuss about adverbs of frequency. My voice is a little different. About particularly how do we use them, or in what measurement you should be remembering on how to use them properly, especially when it comes to the percentages of how often we do something. Okay, you don't understand me probably. Okay, anyway, so let's get going so that you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's have adverbs of frequency. Okay, actually, even in ESL learning, or learning English as a second language, there's a bit of memorization that you have to do, but it's more on understanding, or yes, understanding on the rules. Okay, because even if you memorize them and you don't understand the rules properly, the tendency is that you will forget what you have learned. Okay, so you really have to not only memorize but also understand the rules. All right, so but I'm sorry, there's really much, not really much, but there is a need for some memorization, of course. I believe in everything we need to memorize something, even the birthdays of our loved ones, important dates, and so on and so forth. I'm sorry for telling you a lot of things before I start. So anyway, okay, so on this side, is the percentages of how often we do something, and then this side will be the adverb of frequency itself. Let's mark it AF. Okay, so with always, that's of course 100%. Okay, so for example, it actually depends on the context. What is always to me probably is not always to you, or that what is always in my culture may not be always to you. So it depends, it's contextual. All right, it depends on how do you apply it contextually. For example, in this, I'll give you a very concrete example. So for example, he always takes a bath. Okay, the always here means probably every day. Okay, so but yeah, probably every day in the morning or every day in the evening. It depends on the context. In other countries, they always take a bath in the evening before going to bed. But for Filipinos and other Asian countries, probably they always take a bath in the morning before going to work. Okay, and anyway, some also may say that when they say they always take a bath, means that they always take a bath only on weekdays and they don't on on weekends. All right, that can also mean 100% for them. So like I said, it's contextual rather. So it depends on what they mean. But when you say 100%, of course it's full according to the context, according to your context. Okay, you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because that's actually how you apply the adverbs of frequency. So it depends in your context. Okay, but you always have to consider that when you use always, that means you're doing something 100% according to your context. Okay, so next word, would you guess? That's usually. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. What's happening? Usually that is 90%, around 90%. The percentages here are actually approximation. Okay, so usually it's around 90%. Okay, so when I say I usually take a bath, so it's 90%. So if you are going to do it mathematically, probably when you say you usually take a bath, say you take a bath every day, that means maybe you take a bath 6 times in a week. So there's one day that you don't take a bath. That's in the context where taking a bath is every day. Okay, so you just do the math. Okay, anyway. All right, so I'm very technical here, but that's how it is actually to measure. Next is normally or generally. This is around 80%. Okay. Next is, would you guess? What's next? The very common one. Often or frequently. And that is around 70%. Next is sometimes. That is around 50%. So if you say, I sometimes cook dinner, I sometimes cook dinner at home. I sometimes cook my own dinner. There are many cockroaches in my room, While we are on a lockdown, also the cockroaches are on a lockdown as well. Okay, where was I? Okay, going back to my example. When you say I sometimes cook dinner, so what does it mean? So it's a 50-50. So say in a week, so that's probably 3 or 4 times in a week. Okay, because you have 7 days in a week, right? So it's 50-50, right? Okay, next is, can you guess? Occasionally. All right, occasionally is around 30%. Next is seldom. That's around 20%. Sorry, can you see it? And next is hardly ever. Can you still see? Or rarely. And that is around 5%. And of course, you have never, means you never do something. Okay, so 0%. So for some grammarians, they separate normally and general, or they separate often and frequently. That's okay. You can just estimate the percentages. But in most books that I have, usually the order is this one, and the percentages they put. Okay, so the most important thing is actually a few words in here. Say always, of course, usually, often or frequently, sometimes, seldom, yes, seldom, never. These are the most important adverbs of frequency. Okay, so how do you try to remember them? Maybe you will apply mnemonics and trying to remember things. That's what I do sometimes actually. So in doing mnemonics, you only take for example, the initials of each words, so that it will give you a cue to access the adverbs of frequency in order in your long-term memory. So who said that you need a cue in that particular situation so that you remember something. Okay, that's actually one way to deal with the phenomenon forgetting. So doing mnemonics probably can help give a cue to access your long-term memory. So to remember, then you will have what's next, U, then you have N, because normally or generally, or you can have G if you want to, then you have O again, and then you'll have, it sounds bad, okay, and then you have O, and then you have S again, and then you'll have H for hardly ever, or you can use R, it depends on you, and then you have N. Can you read that? Onososhin. So to help you give a cue on accessing your memory, long-term memory, then you have these mnemonics. Onososhin. See, I got it. Okay. Okay, thanks very much guys for watching, and I hope you learned something from this. Okay, and don't forget to hit the like button and share this video and subscribe to my channel. There is also a notification bell so that you will be updated with any happenings in my channel. Bye guys, we got this.